In a remote village where silence reigned among the dense pine trees, there stood an old house surrounded by legends. It was said that anyone who entered the house at night would hear mysterious sounds, faint whispers, muffled laughter, as if ghosts were watching from the crumbling walls. For decades, no one dared approach the house, until Samih, a journalist in search of a thrilling story to write, arrived. Samih was passionate about adventure and didn't believe in superstitions. He decided to spend an entire night in the house, not just to challenge the legend, but to reveal the truth to the world. As Samih reached the house at sunset, he felt something strange. A chill seeped into his bones, though the weather was mild. He opened the rusty door, which let out a sound like a muffled scream. Entering with a small flashlight and his camera, he began exploring the place. The rooms were filled with dust, and the walls were covered in deep cracks, as if hiding buried tales. As night fell, the house began to reveal its true nature. Samih first heard light footsteps, as though someone was moving upstairs. He froze, trying to make sense of the sound, but found nothing. He dismissed it as the creaking of old worn wood. Minutes later, the whispers began. The words were unintelligible, but they seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Samih tried recording the sound with his camera, but suddenly he felt a heavy weight on his chest, as if the air had thickened. Raising his flashlight, he caught a fleeting reflection in a broken mirror. A face, but it vanished before he could confirm what he had seen. Determined, Samih climbed to the second floor, where he had heard the footsteps. With each step, the pressure on his chest intensified. He opened the first door to find an old bed with a doll whose glassy eyes stared directly at him. Approaching cautiously, he touched the doll only to hear the laughter of a child behind him. Spinning around quickly, he saw no one. He began regretting his decision to come. The sounds grew louder and more intense, as if the walls themselves wanted to speak. Suddenly, the doors and windows slammed shut, plunging the house into complete darkness. Samih tried to turn on his flashlight, but it wouldn't work. He felt something moving behind him, but was too scared to look. Then a deep voice said, "Why have you come?" Summoning his courage, Samih asked, "Who are you?" The reply came in an overlapping chorus, as if from multiple voices. "We are those who lived and died here. We are the ones whose souls were stolen in this place." Suddenly, the flashlight flickered back on for a brief moment, revealing decayed corpses surrounding him, their eyes empty. Samih tried to escape, but the door was locked tight. He felt the ground beneath him tremble, as though the house was trying to consume him. In a moment of despair, he heard a soft voice say, "Leave this place before it's too late." A young woman in a white dress stood in a corner of the room, her gaze sorrowful, as though she was trying to warn him. Mustering all his remaining courage, Samih dashed towards the door, screaming. Suddenly, the door swung open with force, and Samih ran out into the darkness. When he reached the village, he told the locals what had happened, but they stared at him in astonishment. One of the elders said, "Son, that house burned down 50 years ago. It's impossible that you went inside." Samih insisted on his account, but when he returned to the house with the villagers, they found only ruins covered in ash. Even more chilling, when he reviewed his camera footage, it was empty, except for a faint whisper, "Never come back."